I'm gonna tell you this: if it ends with a finish, it's gonna be Santiago. If it goes to decision, it's gonna be Alex. And I hope Santiago understands that.
Yeah. So as everybody knows right now, Robbie Lawler had to withdraw from UFC 282 due to an injury, which that's actually good because that means that if he tried to tough it out, he was going to lose. And even a good, healthy Robbie was probably going to lose anyway. Santiago should be on a 3-fight winning streak. I love Jeff Neal, man, one of our favorite fighters, but Santiago definitely won that fight, and he probably should have won the Michelle fight. The only person to KO Neil Magny, I want to say, he slept him too, man.
Yeah. No, Lorenz did too.
But that was a long time ago. Yeah. But the most recent one, and I mean, it was just brutal. We get Alex and Santiago.
Alex Morono. His losses to Anthony Pettis, Chaos Williams, and Jordan Main. They striking.
Yeah.
You think, dude, like certain people are certain, well, dang, Matthew.
But Matthew wasn't there yet. Like, he only had a few fights in the UFC.
And he was so flat-footed. That's like, I don't know, man. He was like plotting. But these guys who are athletic, like Anthony, Chaos, Jordan Main, real mobile, is that his like kryptonite or?
Because no, they're mobile and they also dangerous on the feet. Not just striking ability, but fight finishing ability on the feet too. And
that's what Santiago is.
And this is my thing. When I look at Santiago's record, I'm seeing 2 split decision losses, but I know he won those fights. So I'm not even looking at Santiago as a person on a 2-fight losing streak. I'm looking at him really as a 3-fight, like being on a 3-fight win streak. He got 15 KOs total on his record. 6 submissions. He only got, as far as his losses, 3 KO losses. We go look at Alex Morono, 6 KO wins, 6 submission wins, 9 decision wins. You know what's so interesting about that? Because Alex is so smart when it comes to these decisions. He can really make you look bad. He made Matthew Simmelsberger look bad in that last fight. I think Matthew had one moment where he did something, and Alex survived it and turned it around and still won that round. It's just Alex, his fight IQ. But he also had time to figure those people out, though. He had a full fight camp. I think that standing up.
But let me say, I understand that. But Mickey Gall, David Zawada, Donald, washed up Donald Cerrone.
These Reese McKee. I don't even know if he's still in the UFC. Man, his best win, low key, is Max Griffin.
Yeah, that was good.
And I'm sorry, but we always talk about these tiers of fighters in the UFC. Matthew is gonna be a good fighter, but he just didn't have the experience in the UFC. I think he only had 2 or 3 fights or something like that going into that fight. Mickey Gall has shown that he has a ceiling. David Zawada has a ceiling. Donald was on his way out. Reese, I don't even know what he's doing. Let me see what he's doing. Reese Rice, whatever his name is. He's not even in the UFC right now. Then we go look at Max Griffin. You never know. He either winning a split decision or losing one. Zach Attal, not even in the UFC. Hold on now. Let's keep going. So far, a majority of his past opponents are not in the UFC. Kenan Song, he hasn't competed in going on almost 2 years when March rolls around. I'm sorry, man, but Josh Berkman.
Ooh.
Bro, I'm Cal Noak. I'm sorry, man.
What year was that? 2000. God dang, that was a long time ago.
2016. I'm saying none of these wins are really up to par. These are good wins to be on a win streak, but none of these fighters have made any type of dent in the division. A lot of the people that he beat are people who float around the barely in the UFC. A lot of times these guys are people who are 1 fight away from not even being there. And you're supposed to beat those guys. I'm sorry, but even Santiago's losses mean more than a lot of Alex's wins. And I hate to say that, man, because I don't mean no disrespect, but a split decision from Jeff Neal and Michelle Pareja, that outweighs all of these wins from Alex. And it's a short notice fight. Hey, low-key, I think Santiago might be able to get him out of there too, man.
No, I don't know about that.
I think Santiago going to be able to do it, but I'm throwing in the possibility of a finish as well.
Yeah.
And one thing, Alex, a lot of his wins have to come by decision. His only win that was a finish as of late in recent time, Zach Attal, or however, and that was back in 2019, and then Donald Cerrone, he was on his way out. Alex's only way to really win is a decision, but he taking a fight on short notice, so he didn't have time to study no film. I got to go with Santiago.
He don't have to study film because his awkward style.
No, I'm saying,
that Taekwondo base,
In
weird.
order. Oh, what you said again?
I was gonna say that taekwondo base, weird, move around.
But that's only what he can do. In order for that to work, he has to know what his opponent's gonna do as well. But he saw all of Matthews' punches coming a mile away.
Yeah, but Santiago, I think everybody did. But Santiago, he don't have time to study Alex either.
Yeah, but he has fight finishing power though. He got enough strike and enough power to end the fight. Hey, but what if this is Alex's revenge? Alex had a short notice opponent that knocked him out when he wasn't supposed to. But then now what if Alex take a short notice fight and then he knocks somebody out that he wasn't supposed to? Unfortunately, man, I'm sorry, but Miguel Baeza, I know his stock is kind of plummeted now, but he's better on the feet than Alex, low key. Jeff Neal, better on the feet. Well, at the time, before he started getting knocked out, man. But the only real loss Santiago got of late was really the Jean Leon Lee fight.
I think this fight, they both gonna be running from each other. And that's how Alex fight. We know that's what he does. And Santiago, he does his thing too. Like Santiago, he has to understand you need to finish, man. Like you go out there, jab, moving around. You playing it safe, bro. You might end up losing another split decision.
And I was just about to say that is the fact that he got 2 split decision losses in his last 2 fights. If Alex can make the fight close enough with the fact that his specialty seems to be able to win decisions, that might be a recipe for disaster. But the only reason I would say that that's not going to be the case, look at how you got to fight Michel Pereira. Look at the movement. Look at everything he does. Then look at Jeff Neal, which are obviously those fights should have probably went a different way.
But he's still on 2-fight losing streak, though.
I know, but
mentally, you know how that affects you, where you start to lose your confidence, man.
But think about the mental boost of fighting somebody on short notice who don't have knockout power like that. I got to go with Santiago by no less than a decision, and with the possibility of some type of finish somewhere in there. With the power, I can see Alex absorbing some shots and trying to fight it off, but Santiago just got too much power.
I got you. And this last thing I'm going to say, it seems like Alex has avoided the Jean Liangs and even like a Mike Perry, and Gunnar Nelson. He avoided all these guys.
Look,
and when he fought him, he lost. He fought the Chaos Williams, and he fought they were short notice, but
even the Zach Cummings and the Northern Talebs, like none of Alex's opponents that he beat rank like that, man. And they're good wins. He's shown he's better than them, but do Alex wins come against the absolute lowest tiers of fighters that make it to the UFC? And I'm sorry, but Santiago's losses just mean more than that, and his wins for sure mean more than that.
I'm gonna tell you this: if it ends with a finish, it's gonna be Santiago. If it goes to decision, it's gonna be Alex. And I hope Santiago understands that.
Yeah.